we are here today virtually with Mike Rumbolz, who is the CEO of Everi, which is a unique company in that it's on one part a slot machine, games, gaming equipment technology company, and on the other side is the industry's largest cash access and fintech provider. And Mike's going to talk to us a little bit today about some of the new products, the suite of products perhaps, that Everi has that it believes is going to help us in this post-pandemic world. Now, my guess is that just about everybody knows Mike Rumbolz. But for those 2 or 3 people out there who might not, it might be worth mentioning that Mike has about as broad a perspective on the gaming industry as anyone can. He's a former chief regulator for the state of Nevada as head of the Nevada Gaming Control Board. He was a chief deputy attorney general for the state of Nevada. He's an advisor, a counselor for the International Association of Gaming Advisors. He's been a CEO of several companies. He's been a casino operator. He serves on the board of Vici Properties, which is one of the 3 gaming real estate investment trusts. He serves on the board of one of the most iconic international entertainment companies in Seminole Hard Rock International. And probably, I guess we would add to that list, Raconteur, Mike.
I would add that, yes.
So Mike, we are coming out of at least one stage of this pandemic, and the gaming industry is starting to reopen. Can you give us some of your perspectives on what you expect to see in terms of the viability of business and the business demand?
Yeah, Frank, and thanks for the introduction. That I think all that says is that I'm old. You know, it's been very interesting as we look at the industry around the country. We're seeing some initial trends that appear to be repeated over and over as jurisdictions open up. We're seeing a lot of pent-up demand that's immediately drawing people into the casinos, despite the fact that local jurisdictions have regulated the amount of gaming positions that can be open to casino patrons. We're seeing, you know, in some cases, 70 or 80% of the gross gaming revenues that you had seen pre-pandemic, with half of the gaming positions available. And in addition, you're seeing casinos open with far less amenities. So the trend, as you know, in the industry has been to include a lot of non-gaming amenities in the properties in order to become more of a one-stop shop for an entire group of people, whether they're interested in gambling or seeing shows or going to a movie theater or having a fine dining experience. And many of those are now closed in the jurisdictions that are opening up. And you have primarily 1 or 2 food outlets and gambling. So seeing the initial push for casino patrons to come back to casinos has been heartening. But again, as we add supply across the country and more casinos open, more and more jurisdictions start competing with one another, I think you're going to see a leveling of that trend, and you'll probably see us reverting back to a gross gaming revenue environment that more closely matches the number of gaming positions available. And it will be up to the operators to make sure that they look at their margins very carefully and they determine which venues that are non-gaming to open and which to remain closed until they can get more gaming positions open.
A company like yours, like Everi, supplies slot machines and other gaming technology to the casino floor. Casino companies have been not spending money. Obviously, the word is liquidity has become the magic word. How much cash you have on your books and how little cash burn that you have. What do you think the outlook is for gaming supplier companies in the next year or so? Yeah,
let me start by just suggesting that any prediction I make will be wrong. I'm just not sure which direction it'll be wrong in, up or down, but it'll be wrong for sure. The industry had a lot of new products introduced to the slot floor in the fourth quarter of 2019. And those new products had barely had an opportunity to catch the public's attention in January and February, when suddenly the casino industry closed down and throughout the end of March finally closed entirely in the United States. So I would anticipate the combination of very strained budgetary restraint that's going on in the casinos themselves, coupled with the fact that the public hasn't really had the opportunity to start selecting the winners and losers, if you will, on the slot floor, and only half the slot floor is going to be open, will probably mean that suppliers are not going to be selling anywhere near the amount of machines they sold in 18 or 19 to the domestic gaming industry. I anticipate that'll be true internationally, but I certainly know it's going to be true in the United States, in my mind. So we're looking at Everi, we're doing a lot of our development during this downtime on both our fintech products as well as our gaming products. And we will be ready once the casino goes through a budget cycle, looks at what their needs are, and come back and start requesting new equipment.
Okay, and we'll get to some of those products in a second.
Sure.
One more question before we do. There's a lot of discussion about the new normal and what it will be. Some people, I'm one of them, believe that human nature is human nature and things will, over some period of time, revert to what they were in terms of people seeking entertainment. Other people, even if they agree with that point of view, say, look at the growth of online gaming in its various ways, whether it's casino or sports betting. How do you see, again, from your special perspective as both a supplier to the industry and as the fintech provider, how do you see longer term this industry evolving, perhaps influenced by this pandemic?
Well, I was not surprised, and I don't think many people were, to see the uptick in online gambling, whether it be a casino style, slot machine style, or whether it be race and sportsbook gambling. And the reason being that if you can't access one of your favorite pastimes by going into a bricks and mortar casino, you'll find another way to do that if it's available to you. And it's now available, as you know, in many, many jurisdictions. So that didn't surprise me. I think the one thing that did surprise me is that jurisdictions that have bricks and mortar casinos and don't have online either sports books or casino style gaming authorized didn't spend more time during this closure to study that issue and open up new markets to allow that to occur in. And without, in my view, a lot more markets opening up in the US, it's going to be hard to be extremely successful just in online. Having online coupled with a bricks and mortar casino, I think, is going to be the key to the future for both online gaming, but also I think bricks and mortar casino operators are going to have that offering in their quiver if they're going to be a full service operation.
You think you see the industry fully recovering at some point?
I do, but I'm loath to select a year, let alone a time within a year when I think it will come fully back. I personally believe that we're going to need to have a vaccine before we see a large influx of the, if you will, the general public that will sample casino entertainment opportunities and feel safe about it.
But historically, the vaccine has been scotched on the rocks for me.
Yeah.
Mike, tell us about some of these products that you want the world to know about.
Well, there's a couple of things that we have done, and I think they've gone overlooked until suddenly people got very concerned about touching surfaces and being safe in their environments from other people, whether it's people wearing masks or not wearing masks. We had already introduced a cashless solution a while back called Quick Ticket, and that allows you to purchase a ticket for a gaming device from a kiosk and not have to handle cash as an interim agent to obtain the ticket. So you don't have to go to an ATM, or you don't have to take money out of a kiosk to then turn around and go buy a ticket in a slot machine by putting the money in there and then take the ticket back to the kiosk and get more cash back. So Quick Ticket, during the downtime, we actually had two major Las Vegas-based casino operators that have had us start installing Quick Ticket across their floors throughout their casino inventory. And part of that is because we've also developed within Quick Ticket ways to do Quick Ticket both cashless but also contactless. So this summer, you'll see the ability of casino patrons to obtain Quick Ticket with very minimal touch to the kiosk itself, other than insertion of a card and removal of a player's club card and entry of a PIN. Contactless, we think, is probably going to become more and more important to casino goers, to patrons, as they see the crowds around them and become more and more, perhaps more and more concerned about their safety. The one thing I think that all of us, certainly the operators, are concerned about during the pandemic, during the downtime, they were focused incredibly on employee safety, customer safety, cleaning protocols, temperature taking from both patrons and employees, and making sure that the environment was safe. But once they'd gone through that, they realized that they also need to look at the casino games themselves and see how they can make those safer in the absolute safety sense, but also in the comparative sense of do the customers feel that these are safe? And certainly Quick Ticket is one of those ways. Our digital wallet and its contactless nature, allowing you to set the wallet up while you're sitting in the confines of your home, moving money from bank cards or your checking account into a digital environment on your smartphone, being able to take that to the casino and either purchase a ticket by using your smartphone and not having to touch any surfaces, or ultimately using that to actually put credits onto a slot machine on the casino floor. We've been working that through for a few years now, and we're now seeing that there's a growing need in the industry for this to be deployed. So you should see us toward the end of summer introducing the full digital wallet. And while we're doing our wallet, we're also integrated into other manufacturers' wallet solutions, if you will. They're, whether it be a unified or complete, or a pay wallet, or even just a wagering account. We're integrating into all of the major system operators in that regard as well, so that our wallet will be able to work on anybody's floor, regardless of what it's called. And our application, we're allowing the casinos to brand, because we're not concerned about it, being focused on it being in every brand as much as we are focused on our casino customers being able to get their customers comfortable.
So walk me through this as a player. Let's say I'm a Caesars Entertainment customer, and I have my Caesars Entertainment account, and I have my Caesars Entertainment app. Would I, even before I went to the casino, would I open up my app and say, okay, I want to reserve $300 or $500 and fund my account for this evening when I go to visit Caesar's Palace? Sure. The way it would work, Frank, is you would start by setting up your account, and you can do that at home. You'd put in your personal identification, the accounts, the cards, the checking accounts, whatever that you want to be able to access. And while at home, you could determine both where the money would come from and how much money you wanted to put into your wallet and put into that Caesars, for example, application. Once it was in there, and once you finally get to the casino destination that you were headed to, you can then use that to take a Quick Ticket out of a kiosk, or to be able to go in and use it at a table with our concierge product, which is also a cashless product that sits at the table games. And ultimately, you'll be able to use it once all of the bill validators have been upgraded. You'll be able to use it at the gaming device to directly transfer the money onto the gaming device. The nice thing about us being a full service provider of cash access services is we'll also allow you, once you've put the money back into your wallet, once you've finished gaming or you're going home again, and you now have returned whatever money's back to your wallet, even a jackpot, for example, being issued into your wallet, you can then transfer those funds back into
the checking account that you took them out of, or into a bank card that you took them from. So that you'll basically, you can leave your wallet empty if you choose to, or you can leave the money in the wallet for the next trip to the casino.
And this will be so easy that even a technophobe like me can use it.
So I forced them to make it so easy even I can use it.
We know that the world is going cashless fast. We also know that regulators are, and for good reason, are slower. What is the regulatory status of approving these kinds of products?
Well, you know, probably the best news on the regulatory front for all of the suppliers has been the desire of regulators to really start working with suppliers to make sure that while we're in this downtime, they could approve and or take in and start assessing very quickly the products that we wanted to have when we came out and reopened the casinos. So most of the regulatory environments that we're working in have been very accepting of new ideas, new concepts, and new technology, and have been working very expeditiously to get those approved as quickly as possible.
So are some of these in operation now?
Quick Ticket is in operation. It's a cashless solution. It's in operation in multiple jurisdictions around the country, both commercial and in Native American casinos. And it's now spreading throughout the casinos in Nevada. So as you see those open, you'll see a lot more of the kiosks that have the Quick Ticket option, which does not require any touching of cash.
And folks watching this video, is there some place they can go, like your website perhaps, and see more information or demos, virtual demos of these products?
Yeah, our website is, as I think you can imagine, everybody's been working on their websites because there hasn't been a whole lot of activity in the casinos themselves. Our website has full information on both the products that are here today and the products that are going to be introduced this summer and then in later in the third quarter this year. And all of that's on the website. It'll be in, I think, a more complete form with even more in-depth video use and show actual descriptions as well as pictures showing you how to work through these products. But currently you can go on and there are complete descriptions of the products along with pictures that will show you how the products sit or rest in a casino on any of our technology.
Great.
You know, one of the nice things is all of this technology ties together in a casino operation. So as we introduce cashless solutions, as we introduce the mobile wallet, which is a contactless solution, those solutions also have embedded within them the anti-money laundering requirements that the federal government has placed on casinos, the know your customer requirements, and we're working right now to integrate all of the loyalty aspects from the various CMS systems that are in casinos.
Great. Anything else folks should know about these new products?
They, if they're not in your city today, simply ask your operator why not.
Mike, thank you very much. Very informative.
Absolutely, Frank. No, great to see you again, and stay safe.
Thanks. You too.
Okay. Take care.